New year, new problems. Let's discuss. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, the Patriot Bald Eagle. Today we are drinking Joffrey's coffee. If you had to hit pause this morning, go ahead and hit pause, get your coffee together, have coffee with us, as this will be a lengthy discussion. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. I hope everybody had fun celebrating. It is a celebration. It's a celebration of getting through another year with all the things that we were hit with this year. I'm just glad to be through it. The only problem with that is now that we're through it, we may be dealing with some more issues. We may be dealing with some more problems, and we're going to get into that here in just a little bit. We're going to kind of reflect on what has happened over the last year. Now, if you're new to the channel, we cover grocery prices, food shortages. Been doing a lot of these coffee rants lately, trying to keep all of us in the know of everything going on in this country and beyond. There's been a lot of things going on, guys. Continuing conflicts across the ocean, across the world, continuing conflicts. I'll tell you, and it just seems like it's not getting any better, and I know things always seem to get worse before they get better, but how long are they going to keep getting worse? That's the question I always ask myself. And, I guess we have a lot to be thankful for. We still have a lot to be thankful for. We can go into a grocery store and shop and get the stuff that we need. However, it's becoming harder and harder. 2023 has been one of the hardest years for grocery shoppers, for people going into the grocery store and trying to put food on the table for their families. Over the last year, I have gotten a lot of good stories, but a lot of bad ones as well, with people who can barely afford to eat. This is what we cover on the channel. We cover, trying to find the best prices, your boots on the ground in the grocery stores, trying to find the best deals out there for you. We always talk about stocking up on the sales as we see them, and that is probably going to be very important here as we start 2024. At Joffrey's is pretty good. Guys, thank you for all of your Christmas cards and all of your holiday wishes. Me and Jessica really appreciate it. It's been great. We hope to share some of, going to get Jess in a video here shortly. We've been really busy with a lot of stuff. She has too. A lot of family things going on. As far, there's the recalls, I gotta say. So 2023 has had the most food recalls ever recorded in history. Over the last few months, we've been covering them like every other day. It's unbelievable how many different recalls we've had. I don't know if you guys have seen this story, and some of you have left it in the comments, but there's this is going on in Pennsylvania, some cryptic messages, like little pieces of paper that have been in cereal. There was one that was all over the news yesterday. Someone had a box of Lucky Charms and opened it up, and there was a little piece of paper in there. Now, they won't say what the paper says. They won't say what the little piece of paper says, and I have really tried to dig deep to find out what it says on that piece of paper. I don't know if they're just not letting it out because they don't want to scare people. Not really sure. But, we have a lot of these things happen right as the time of the year ends. There's high alerts and things like that, and we got to be careful. We got to be careful. It's actually New Year's Eve today. New Year's Eve, I should probably clarify that. This video you will see this video tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So we will already have gone through New Year's Eve. Wanted to put something out here for you guys today, kind of reflect on a lot of the different things that have gone on over the last year. It's all been kind of a compilation of different things that have gone on. The more and more we dig into things like food shortages, different things that have happened, everything has been a whirlwind of events that has led for prices to get very unaffordable. Absolutely unaffordable. We travel throughout the stores. We see it every day. I still, years later, right? I mean, we saw this initially blow up, right? As far as grocery prices. Once we saw a lot of empty shelves a couple years ago, we saw things coming away. It's how we were able to figure out that this is what was going on. Things were going away, coming back at a higher price, or they were getting shrinkflated. We saw Dollar Tree go up to $1.25 a product. That might be going up again. There's rumors of Dollar Tree going up to $1.50. We've seen stores like Family Dollar and Dollar General get so expensive that it's hard to shop there anymore. Most of you have been on the channel for a long time. In my younger days, I shopped at Family Dollar all the time because it was a great price and I was poor, right? Family Dollar was great. Now, the products at Family Dollar are virtually unaffordable. I might as well go to Walmart. I'll get better selection, better quality. A lot of the Family Chef products are garbage. I mean, lack of a better word, that's what they are. Everything that I've bought, different products from Family Dollar, they fall apart. They fall apart. You'll pay $5 or $6, so it's cheap. But if it don't last you but a couple meals, I had a pizza cutter break off on me. And anybody that's ever broken a pizza cutter, good luck trying to put it back together. Those cheapos, once they break, they're done. No tool can fix that. Or you won't want to. That's the little more you spend on those kind of things. And you can get one at Walmart. That's what I did. Years later, I still have it. Now, arguably not the best quality, but it lasts longer than Family Dollar does. We've seen a lot of decline on stores over this last year. We're seeing places go out of business. We're seeing heavy employee shortages everywhere we go because of a lot of different things. We saw where California's minimum wage, I guess the entire state, went up to $20 an hour. 1,200 people so far, 1,200 drivers have lost their jobs at Pizza Hut because of it. It's been a crazy year, guys. It really has. It's been months ago, we were talking about things that were going to be going up here at the start of the year, and I remember thinking back like, boy, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I can come back and say, well, that didn't play out. That was wrong. I'm happy to announce that this is wrong, but it's not. It's all playing out the way exactly everything we were talking about has. Meat prices going through the roof. Whether we are even going to have meat. I know we get a lot of comments saying that everyone's trying to get rid of meat. I don't know. We read stories and, you can really, and this is what I talk about, falling down the rabbit hole of the internet. There might be a grain of truth in some of this stuff. A lot of it, when you look at the numbers, this is what I always say. Follow the money. Look at the numbers, do the math, okay? If you do the math, numbers that you have figured out, right, that you have done, that they don't lie. Numbers don't lie. The people telling the numbers might lie, but you know what? I mean, it's all we can really base facts off of. That's what we do. We make sure that we give a best estimate of things to come. And then just have to play the waiting game to see if it follows through. This is why months ago we were saying different products, you may want to buy this stuff even if it's not on sale because some of these prices are going to double. What has happened over the last year? They have doubled. Not everything. I would say, a good 20-30%. Not a huge number, but a lot of the things that people buy on an everyday basis, we're expecting... because of the shortages on over-the-counter medicines that we keep getting comments on, and I was debating on I wanted this to be kind of a reflection video on what's happened over the last year, but we have a lot of stuff to talk about this week. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe down below as we're going to be talking about all of these different things going on. Over-the-counter medicines, not to get too deep, we'll go over this later, but a lot of them are flying off the shelves. A lot more than I originally thought. Up in Canada, they're really struggling to get in different cold medicines. Tylenol has been a major issue, and prices are going through the roof. We've seen prices go up here on over-the-counter medicines. Twice in the last couple months. Tylenol's getting expensive. We've seen where ibuprofen, even the store brand, Kroger brand ibuprofen has gone up. It's already expensive. We're going to see other things going up. We've seen bread go up over the last month. All these things are starting to go up again. We saw sugar. And sugar, there's been sugar shortages for months. It just hits in different spots of the country at different points in time. I know some of you leave comments, our stores are full of sugar. Well, ours haven't been. They are at the moment, but we've had instances where it's been gone and not coming back. And then when we had the big one, I was actually down in Florida. If you guys remember when Walmart was hiking up their prices, that was a big one, a big eye opener. We saw Walmart raise their 10-pound sugar bags twice. From $6.88 to $7.28 to $7.68. All within a few weeks. I would like to hope and pray and think that things will get better here at some point. Do I think these prices are going down? Absolutely not. Do I think we're going to see sales? Yes. Are they going to be as good as what they were even just a few weeks ago? No, they will not be. Everything is going up from this point on, and you need to make sure that you're paying attention and be ready. 2024 was promised by a lot of people at the beginning to be a struggle. And I see no reason to think that it's not going to be. Now, am I saying that stores are going to be out of food and all this stuff? Absolutely not. If we run out of meat until, we have hopes, I guess, from a lot of different articles that we've read from different it seems like things may get better as far as beef goes here in the next few months. February and March is going to be a little rough, and we're probably going to see some heavy prices. We've seen the bird flu hit twice this year. Millions and millions and millions of chickens culled, right? Because of this avian flu. We remember back in April where the prices were so high, it was like, well, we're just not, people were asking me to check out the egg replacer by Bob's Red Mill, right? And as to where that's not a egg substitute, right? It can be used for different things, but isn't necessarily a egg substitute. I think a lot of people are confused. There were people answering that on the channel. But anyway, now we're seeing that happen again. Even though our egg prices have stayed the same here for a couple weeks, we're hearing out west, they're going up and up and up. One of our viewers out in Arizona said that a 12-pack of eggs was already up over $3 a carton. Somebody else said that theirs was $2.70 something a carton. Ours is still hovering at $1.89. $1.89 for a carton at Kroger. $1.90 at Walmart. Isn't that funny? Walmart a penny higher than Kroger? Jeez. And then Aldi was $1.89 as well. They were the same as Kroger. And we're expecting them to keep going up. That's not going to change for a while. The thing, I guess, that kind of makes me a little nerve-wracking about the whole egg thing is that we're not seeing it jump like it did in April. And what happens every time we see something like that? The prices don't drop. They stay the same. So are the companies, are they planning on extending this out, saying, well, we'll take the hit on eggs, but we're going to keep it this price? Because eventually that will add up to millions more dollars over the next year. Hopefully that doesn't happen. 60 eggs at Walmart is still $9.22, at least at our Walmart. Now, dairy, butter, and stuff has been going up as well. We saw butter go up almost $2 at Sam's Club, making some people question if it's even worth going to Sam's Club. And the thing is you don't want to not get a membership at Sam's Club because butter has gone up. But there's been a lot of other things at Sam's Club that has gone up too, which is why I recommend, we keep getting comments from our older video, take a tour of Sam's Club. Take a tour of Costco. Walk around, maybe take a notepad with you, right? A good old notebook. You can do it in your phone, but it's going to take a lot longer. You can just write stuff down, see? Keep it forever. Doesn't get lost. Here forever. And, that's the best way to do it, guys. Do the math. If there's any kind of summary of what this video should really be about over the next year, if I can say anything that's going to help you over the next year in solving financial issues with food and everything else, do the math. Calculate how much you're going to actually save in some of these stores ahead of time. Plan for some of these things to go up in price, because they will. Now, I don't know if Costco is going to be raising their membership fee. I tried to find it, didn't see anything on it. If they are, then it's probably not going to be for a while. Even at that, Costco's membership, I know it's $60, but I feel it's very worth it. It would be more worth it to us if we were a lot closer. It's a bit of a drive for us. But it's worth it because we make it worth it, and that's what I say. If you can make it worth it, then it's well worth it. You may want to look into some of the Plus memberships as well. We have a lot of viewers on the channel here who do the Plus memberships, which costs a little bit more, but you get percentages back. And then at the end of the year, people use the percentage to pay for their membership. If you can do that, then yeah, I mean, it's well worth it. Well worth it. It's going to continue to be an onslaught of price increases, though, guys. I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully not. And again, I will be optimistic, as we always try to be, and we'll always try to find the good deals, but it's getting harder and harder. You know, if you've been watching the videos for a while, if you go back and watch some of our older videos from a couple years ago, it is just unbelievable how much these prices have gone up. I was talking to my brother earlier, and he was talking about the grocery store and stuff, and I don't think he watches our videos, and but he was talking about the grocery stores and just how expensive it's getting for him. And he has kids. I can only imagine having a family, having a big family, and you're hearing it from everybody. It hits a little harder when it's coming from your own family. I'm sure every one of you who is watching this video right now has had family members that have been struggling, maybe struggling yourself. It's crazy. It really is. We do our best to try and point out the things that everybody talks about, no matter what it is. If you can't cook, if you can't make your own meals, we point out everything. We point out the microwave meals. Just one here, just an example. Me and Jess were getting a couple little snacky things for New Year's Eve tonight. I noticed that Stouffer's is back on that 4 for $10. $2.50. $2.50, 4 or more. I know a lot of you out there that like Stouffer's meals. I saw that as I was going by. I missed it the other day when we were doing our shopping video at Kroger. Another one that I should mention again, in case you missed our Walmart video that came out this morning, actually, yesterday to you guys. Those Healthy Choice. We get a lot of comments on Healthy Choice meals. $2.77 at Walmart. And I noticed they just went up yesterday when I passed the Stouffer's. I even, I tell Jessica everything. She really, it bothers her, but she knows I can't help it. But everything we walk by, I'm like, that went up in price, that went up in price, that went up in price. Anyway, the Healthy Choice went up again at Kroger, $3.99 now. They were $3.79 forever. That's going to raise the sale price. We talk about these things all the time, guys. Make sure, put a little bit of money aside, and when we find these sales, we'll find them together. And I know, with Walmart, Aldi, Kroger, these are kind of the local stores that we visit a lot. I would like to venture out and visit other things, but it's been crunch time for me to get this information to you guys as fast as possible for the longest time. For well over a year, I've been doing these videos every day because everything's constantly changing. And Kroger, Aldi, Walmart, these are all stores that we can compare. And I know everybody doesn't have Kroger, but chances are you have a Kroger-owned store, or you are able to do the Boost program, which is the Kroger delivery service, which they say can cover the entire United States now. Now, I know a couple of you have said that they can't come to where you are. That could just be, you may be just way out there where it's not worth the gas for them. I'm not really sure. Kroger claims they can go anywhere. But I don't know. $59 a year. That's a pretty fair deal, I think, to get free shipping. I mean, that's all you pay. $59 a year. It's supposed to be guaranteed everywhere on the second day. If you pay the $100 a year, then you get the fuel points, you get all the perks, all the different fuel points every time you order. And that changed over time, but they are still doing the fuel points for the $100 one. They may still do some fuel points for the $59 one. I don't know. I don't look into it much because you guys, I'm in the stores all the time. but no reason for us to do that. Although, I mean, it's pretty convenient. I get a lot of comments from you guys. Some people sent me some emails, and a lot of you guys out there love it. Also, I know a lot of you out there love the Walmart Plus, too. So let's not forget about that. I know people that can't drive or people that are handicapped. You may probably do a lot of these different delivery services. I know a lot of our longtime viewers, a couple of you do the Walmart Plus and the Kroger Boost, and I hear nothing but good things. Some dented cans every now and then, which they'll make right, and it is kind of a hassle, but I think ultimately it's a good service. I really do. I get way more good compliments about the service than we do negative. So, something to look at, is who knows where gas prices are going to be. Gas prices, they went up 30 cents like a week and a half ago, but it's kind of sat there. It hasn't gone up anymore, knock on wood. Sitting at $2.99. It was $2.69 a couple weeks ago. $2.99 still there. Who knows what that's going to be, but we got to think about all these things in the future, guys. Everything. And what we were talking about, with everything going on overseas, different things that are just completely out of our hands, things that we can't control, transportation issues that continue. It hasn't stopped. There's still, today, transportation issues everywhere. And we've gotten comments from different truck drivers that have had, and I think it depends on what you're delivering, I guess, or what company you're working for, or how it's working. We've had truck drivers that said they had full loads, no problems, no issues. We've had a ton of truck drivers that have also said that no, they're still on light loads, they're not making as much as they used to, and stuff like that. Let's also not forget the train derailments, guys. The train derailments have just wreaked havoc on our country this year. They're only getting worse, and we need to start fixing the infrastructure, these train tracks, these things, the brakes. I mean, it's one thing if it's a warped track, right? And even at that, and they could be working on it. They could be fixing them. I don't know. And maybe you have to run these and just roll the dice, I guess, because when you're having all of these over 1,000 train derailments a year, then you should be figuring this out, right? I know the money is probably more than what anybody wants to pay, but look at what happened in East Palestine. Look at what's happened. I remember, every other day there seemed like there was a train derailment during the summertime. I see one of the most famous transit train areas in Cincinnati, Ohio, down by Union Terminal. If you've been on our channel a really long time, you've probably seen our videos where I did the Natural History Museum. Well, the Amtrak is at the Natural History Museum, and our huge train yard just got bought out by Norfolk Southern. The same people that whose train was in East Palestine. I don't know. I mean, accidents happen. Accident happens, 2, 3, 4, 500 times, I guess. It's still considered an accident. Happens a couple thousand times within a year. It becomes a major problem that we need to fix, that we need to start fixing now. I don't know if any of you know about the bridge, the bridge that connects, one of the bridges that connects Ohio to Kentucky, I-75, which is the Brent Spence Bridge. It's been the topic of discussion for the last, 25 years. And, now they've put, I guess they're, getting federal money to fix that. Or no, they're not fixing it. They're building a whole other bridge right next to it because they're saying it would actually be cheaper to build a new bridge than to fix the old one. When's that ever going to happen? I don't know. I remember when they were talking about that and the president was over in Kentucky so that you had the Cincinnati background. A lot of people don't know that, but usually when there's someone famous that comes here, they're actually in northern Kentucky because then you can see downtown Cincinnati over the river. People think that they're in Cincinnati. They're not. They're in northern Kentucky because you wouldn't be able to see downtown Cincinnati, the other way. And, we're all kinds of promises. And, I don't know. Maybe it'll get done. I don't even think it'll get done in my lifetime. Just don't think so either. They've been working on I-74. You know, if you live out in Indiana or you come in through Indiana and you go off I-74 in Cincinnati where the bridge connects, they've been working on that. I don't know how long. It's a ramp. It's a ramp, and it's been an absolute nightmare for the last decade at least. It looks like it's close now, but guys, I'll tell you what, it's like, what do you get through a few months and then you run out of money or something? I don't know, but I mean, that has been a nightmare. And the whole I-75 thing, the Brent Spence Bridge, I don't know. I hope they get it fixed someday, but I think it's just, everybody's talking about it. We used to say here in Cincinnati, we say they're only going to do something when that bridge falls into the water. Knock on wood, that does not happen. But that's what everybody has said here for like the last 2 decades because it's so bad. Now they have done repairs on it and different ways to make it good, I guess. They always say, say a prayer when you cross that bridge. I don't know. But, it's just these things. Our entire infrastructure needs to start getting worked on. All this money that is going in millions of different directions, other than the way that the money needs to be going. How many of you have heard on TV, well, inflation's coming down, right? Well, and then we keep hearing, okay, well, if rates go up again, inflation's going to go up again. Or different things like with the, with the ships not coming in, with the ships not being able to get through the Panama Canal, with our ships being fired on as they leave the Suez Canal. Apparently they connected with one the other day. And, and our Navy got involved with some things. Look that up. Just Google it if you want to. We're not going to talk about it on the channel, but, it's getting more active, guys. It's getting more active. New year, same problems, guys. New year, same problems. And hopefully it's just the same problems that start to get cleared up and not new problems on top of that. It's bad enough that people can't walk into a grocery store and just buy what they want. Some of you can do that. A lot of you can't. We try to meet in the middle and make sure that we are taking care of everyone. Make sure you let us know down in the comments everything that you are seeing in the stores. Let us know anything that you're not seeing come in. Now, say, and this is just an example. Let's say pickles. Okay, we had a pickle shortage there about a year ago, if anybody remembers. And there were a lot of people. There were a lot of people from all over the country saying, we're out of the Vlasic pickles, or Mount Olive. It was Mount Olive. Vlasic was coming in, but everybody was buying those because they were out of Mount Olive. You'd be surprised how fast something disappears when one other item is missing. Remember when Jif Peanut Butter and the big recall and all that? There was no peanut butter because everybody was buying everything else. Peter Pan, gone. Skippy, we didn't see Skippy for, months? Because everybody was buying it. As soon as it was coming in, it was flying off the shelves. Everybody loves their peanut butter. Where was I? Oh, geez. I don't know, guys. We just got to make sure that we're paying attention with all the different sales. I'm going to stick to that. I stick to my story. I stick to what's going on. This is how we can save. Oh, yeah. Point out things. Let us know. With the shortage thing, if you're seeing something disappear, like I was using as an example, kind of flew off the tracks. No pun intended. Or pun intended. If you're seeing these things, give it another week. Like if you see a shortage of something, if you see a recall, make sure you do let us know though, because those are becoming quite everyday thing. And we need to know, we need to get that information out here as fast as possible because there are recalls happening like crazy. Some that are continuing on. I showed you at Kroger the other day, the huge safety notices and everything on the Quaker granola bars. That is getting bigger than I think people realized. So did the cantaloupe. The applesauce thing is just now on the news. And it might have been on the news, 3 weeks ago when we covered it. I try not to watch too much of the news. There might have been an article or two, but it wasn't getting the traction that it is now. I don't know. Guys, Happy New Year. Sorry to drag this on, but we need to know these things. We need to understand what this last year was so we don't make the same mistakes. So that even if the same mistakes that are out of our control are happening, maybe we can find better ways to figure them out. Do the math, do the math on everything. The numbers don't lie unless they're lying about numbers, which could be happening. But you can trust in yourself and you can trust in us on the channel here. Guys, thank you so much for watching today. Happy New Year. Have a great night.